Hello there. Welcome to the start of Sequel-A-Thon 4. That's right. Sequel-A-Thon 4. We are finally here, ladies, gentlemen, and whoever watches this channel. We have finally made it. I've been teasing it all year, not knowing when I was going to do it. I actually thought about doing it in March. Pushed it. Now I have a better assortment than what I had before. So, yes. I already did a video showing you which movies I'm doing, so they're locked in. So, yeah. So we are starting with Journey to Mysterious Island, sequel to Journey to the Center of the Earth, with Josh Hutcherson being the only actor who returns from the last film. That's right. Brendan Fraser and the other woman did not come back. They even recast the mom. Yeah, instead, Fraser is replaced with the ruiner of franchises himself, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And you're thinking, ruiner of franchises? Look at what has crumbled when he comes in. This franchise. No sequel after this. G.I. Joe. Where's the third one? Snake Eyes doesn't count. Fast and the Furious. Well, he's not in them anymore technically, or he's going to be back in. I guess that's the only one that's not really ruined, but other people might say it's ruined. Well, Fast 5 was the best one. 7 is where it peaked. I don't know. The DCEU. Well, let's say about that one better. Black Adam didn't do well. Anyway, yes. But why does The Rock ruin franchises? Well, because when he jumps into a franchise, it's not just, he's like Tom Cruise, all right? It's not just he's joining this franchise and going to be part of it. No, he needs to have some sort of creative control. He needs to be a producer. He needs to be involved with a lot of stuff. And the movie needs to revolve around him. Well, the last one, it revolved around both Sean, I'm talking about Josh Hutcherson and Brendan Fraser. And it does that here too. And out of all the movies that The Rock has weaseled his way into, like, I'm still not over G.I. Joe Retaliation. A lot of people say that Channing Tatum didn't want to be there. That's fine. But I don't know. The Rock just they literally kill off Duke for The Rock's character to be the lead of the movie. How am I supposed to not be pissed off at that? I'm just saying. Just saying. Okay? But here, it's... Excuse me. What? It's been... So the first one came out in what? 08? Right, so 9, 10, 11, 12. It's been 4 years since the events of the first film, despite them hinting at the mysterious end. That one, it took 4 years for them to get this going. So now Brendan Fraser is no longer there. But now Sean has been given a secret message from his grandfather, Alexander, played by Michael Caine. And no, they don't explain how he's British and no one else in the family is. Because he's doing his British accent, and no, not his fake American accent from the Steven Seagal movies. Well, he's in a Steven Seagal movie and a Stallone movie, I think. This movie features Michael Caine doing an American accent, and it's weird. Yeah. But, yeah, he's full British here. But we also bring in Vanessa Hudgens because she's hot. And that's not me saying it. The literal first shot of her is the whole hair thing and her taking off overalls to show his body. But she's in like a tank top or stuff. But yeah, if you didn't know why she was in this movie, you do now. And that was the feeling back then. Like, why Jennifer's Body. Everyone saw the trailers for Jennifer's Body and went to see it and was confused because that's not the kind of movie it is. The marketing department of Jennifer's Body sexualized Megan Fox, making them think they're going to see some raunchy, comedic, sexual type horror film, which is not what the movie is. Which ended in bad reviews for the movie, which is unjustified, and people kind of getting all mad and putting their thumbs down because that's not the movie they wanted to see. Well, that's too bad. You were lied to by the trailers. It's not your fault. It's their fault. And this whole introduction to her is a very trailer shot type thing, and shows they they're only going for one thing here. Mm-hmm. And then Luis Guzman plays her father. Yeah. So they get a message from my little code sent. It's a message sent through a radio wave to Sean. And so then The Rock, what was his name? Hank, helps him decipher it. And then when they decipher it, Sean starts packing his stuff, and he's like, "What are you doing? We gotta go to Mysterious Island." He's like, "No. I said we solved that." And then then the next day he's convincing his wife, "Oh, we bonded, we connected, and I don't want to lose that." So they went on this thing together. Yeah. So when they get to Paulo or whatever it's called, no one will take them. You go to this one guy who is also in a Pippi Longstocking movie, and he's like, "No, nobody goes there. It has terrible storms." And they're like, "Well, we'll pay you $1,000." And then Luis Guzman scenes just ching, the dollar signs in his eyes. They don't show it obviously, but he's like, "Hey, we're gonna do it for $1,000, and then they'll help pay for your college." And, yeah. So yeah, it's one of those typical adventure things where you go somewhere and there's something set up to stop them from getting there. And this time it's a hurricane that they fly into and crash on the island. Yeah. I like this scene where they're crossing what they think is rocks, and it turns out it's the eggs, giant lizard eggs, and the lizard is there. He's just kind of chameleonized. I can't think of the word. Camouflaged into the side of the trees and everything. It's kind of cool. But they're going, and they realize it's not rocks they're climbing on, eggs. And then I like Luis Guzman's reply of, "We are literally walking on eggshells." Then he falls in one, and somehow there's a live lizard in there. I mean, it's practical, which surprised me. It's one of the only practical things in this film. It's a practical puppet thing going at Luis Guzman. Pretty good. But then this, of course, wakes up the lizard, who's all mad, and chases after them, and almost gets them until Alexander comes to save the day. Yes. This gives me my first hiccup that I thought about. So, Alexander sent Sean the coordinates to this island. And the first one, the coordinates were left, right, by Sean's father. And then Brendan Fraser was able to help with the girl and figure out where it was that they went. Now, the dad had already been there, but he died. He disappeared. And they realized that he died. Alexander is still alive. So why is he sending a message to Sean other than, "Come, hello, grandson, come and see what I found"? That's all I can think of. It's a scratch or something. Dry skin is hell. Okay? But, yeah, that's just a little confusing why he would do that. Because then they get there and they're like, "Well, what do we do now?" And I'm like, "Well, why did you go there?" It's like, so one of my big pet peeves with adventure movies is that We are going after a specific artifact. We find it. We're not able to keep it, and something bad happens to where we are, where we have to leave almost right away. It's partially here. They're not after a specific thing. They do find a volcano made of gold, but they don't go after it, right? This is a little high. There you go. They don't go after it. Well, Luis Guzman does, but they're not looking for a specific thing. They're trying to find the island. Much like in the first one, they're just trying to find the world underneath our planet. Which technically Godzilla and Kong found too. In Hollow Earth, that's what it is. But here, it's very obvious that they were more, that whoever wrote this was more concentrating on them getting there than when they get there, what do they do? Because them getting there is a very small part of the movie. Then they get there, there's a little thing that they do, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we have to leave now because this island is going to sink. So yeah, the island is going to sink. I'm not a big fan of this. Like, I get it. We need some sort of situation where we have to leave. Well, we can still do that. Let's just explore for a little bit, right? Maybe actually have something worth finding on this island is what they need to find. Like a skull or a jewel or something. Because it's very obvious they were like, okay, we got them on the island, now what? Oh, it's sinking and they have to find a way to leave. Really? That's it? Really? That's it? They explored the underworld. They explored the world in Journey to the Center. You have to explore that. Here they don't. Mosquito bite right there, my elbow. They don't. No, they're like, they get there, they have a thing with the lizard, and like, okay, we have to leave now because it's sinking. And so, of course, like, where are you gonna go? The safest way is around the shoreline, but the quickest way is through the center of the island because the fastest way to get to anywhere is a straight line. So, of course, they go the treacherous way. Eventually, they fly on bees. Yes. Giant bees. By the way, no way you're going to get me on a giant bee. Are you kidding me? I'm afraid of the regular sized ones. Giant ones? No. You're not going to get me on that. Are you kidding? No way. But, yeah. Just. And at one point, Sean does get hurt. I think it's from the bees. And we get to hear the Rock's musical chops singing What a Wonderful World. But it's that Jamoo. But it's not like, I see trees of green, red roses too. No, that's not even the same lyrics. He sings it and he puts a little twist on it. I could have told you, don't trust Alexander. He's older than Yoda. Yeah, The Rock. I think that's improvising. I don't know. Maybe that was in the script. I don't know, but it seems like improvising. It's like one of his songs he do about wrestlers, because he's got to do that. When they wake up the next morning, they realize that the place is sinking more. So they really got to book it. But Luis Guzman is gone. Where did he go? Well, he and Vanessa Hudgens were talking about sending her to college the day before. So she figures he went to the volcano to get the gold from there. And if that's all he did, would have been fine. But like what they have him do is completely stupid. Like he's walking through, he finds a little piece of gold, so he starts digging. We cut. And they're like, oh, we gotta go find him. And so then Sean wants to go with her, but he's hurt, but he's fine. But like he doesn't want to let him out of his sight, so Alexander goes with her. And when they find him, he's now dug up this whole thing, which is bigger than my table, and he's trying to move it. She's like, Papa. He's like, I just want to get you a good college, baby girl. You know? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of stupid. And what they have to do, they have to reach the Nautilus, which is Captain Nemo's ship in 20,000 leagues under the sea. By the way, you know how they found a map to this place? By putting 3 different maps with 3 different books from 3 different writers. Right? You got Gulliver's Travels, Treasure Island, or is it Treasure Island? Yeah, Treasure Island, and this Mysterious Island. All lay on top of each other, and it works as a map. 3 authors? Why couldn't they be in 3 different Jules Verne books? Right? I don't know. But, yeah. So, Hank and Sean, they make they MacGyver themselves some breathing apparatus. Go down. They get the Nautilus, but they can't power it up, so they use an eel. The shrieking eels. They do not get her at this time. They never get her, so why does he say at this time? No. They use an eel to electrify, to charge the engine. By the way, they're underwater, so it wouldn't work. The whole ocean would be electrified. Just saying. Water makes bigger electrical current. But why not? Yeah. So they get that working. They rescue the others, and they sail away. All right. So we flash to a few months later, and it's Sean's birthday. Vanessa Hudgens is showing up because they're a thing now, because they smooched. So they're a thing, while Luis Guzman has his own little charter thing now that he has the Nautilus as his ship. I feel like the government wouldn't let him keep that. You know, they have this whole thing at the end. And he's like, oh, I got this now. But, like, the government wouldn't let him keep that. You have something that the government would seize immediately. Like, this is something that is, like, should be kept secret, locked away by top men. Who? Top men. I'm just saying, there's no way he'd be able to keep it, but whatever. So they go to Sean's birthday party, and Sean has a letter from his grandpa, said, I wanted to give you your present next time I see you. He's all sad. And then he walks in the door, hey, look, I'm here. And it's a book. It's a sequel tease that we never gotten for From the Earth to the Moon, which is another Jules Verne book. Yeah. And they must have really been planning this, because the whole thing ends with them looking up, and then the camera swoops out of the earth, pans around, and gets to the moon. Like, they were really planning on doing this. For some reason, this never went anywhere. We never got the sequel. Probably never will either. You know? There was talks of bringing Brendan Fraser back. That didn't pan out. This and that. They're writing scripts, but I guess I don't know. It's environmental hell. I don't know. It's just, with Warner Brothers the way it is, do you really think we're going to get something like this? No, they'd rather give us some kind of schmush, some kind of stupid superhero thing that they think we want, but we don't. We wanted what we had before, but you didn't like it, so now we can't have it anymore. You know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, so, yeah. I'm going to give this a high. No, I'll give it a low, pretty good, because I think it's well done. I think my biggest issue is that it didn't go anywhere. Like, all that grand ending showing us the moon, like, they were really planning this is gonna happen. Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. It's been 14 years since this movie came out, and nothing came of this. It's disappointing. Because I would have loved more movies than this. I don't know how far you go with it. You can't do 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea unless you do that. And, like, when Luis Guzman is cleaning and all this, he finds a map to something. And it's sort of like that. Like, where I don't know. Where a sunken ship treasure is or something. I don't know. It's a map, something. I don't know. And you have to go 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea to find it, or I don't know. They take liberties with these books anyway, but no. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on this? On Journey to the Mysterious Island. New comes so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.